everybody, welcome to another episode of Black Crow Kennel TV. Taking a little time out here in the shop, do a little story about Alice the cow. Yep, cows. Used to have cows. Got cow stories too. Yeah, we do dogs, but the cow story's great, so y'all need to hear it. I've been on my mind lately, and I want to do a video about it. Anyway, long story short, when I was in high school, FFA, all that good stuff, we got into ag production. FFA teacher, or ag teacher, Mr. Koskry, wanted us, he talked to a couple of us about, getting some cows, raising some calves. Sounded like a great idea to about three of us. So me and two of my buddies, we went and we picked out cows, and they bought just whatever cows they could find, cow-calf pairs. I wanted to do something a little bit different, so I got Black Angus, registered Black Angus, and registered Gelbvieh. Gelbvieh is a German breed, big beef cow, not real popular around here. You don't see many of them, but they're out there. And anyway, long story short, one of my Black Angus cows that I bought, I called her Alice. Alice was a great cow, and she raised great calves, and as long as she was in the pasture, in a closed-in situation, when you have to catch them up for wormer or shots, vaccinations, medicines, or just to check her, she'd go full. Yeah. Alice was 1,200 pounds. She's a big girl. Anyway, we put them all in the pasture and had them all in there together, and we kept up with them. And a few months into this, my buddies decided they didn't want to be in the cow business no more. So my brother and my daddy and me, we ended up getting their cows and calves and everything else, and I rented a pasture, and we put them all in that pasture. Well, when we went to move Alice, she was the last one, couldn't catch her up. I had to run her down with a $20,000 roping horse that belonged to my friend, and get her in a roping pen. And we used a 67 Ford Galaxy 4-door as a chute to have a lane for her to go into the trailer. And I watched this cow, this 1,200 pound cow, look back at us and look at that car, and look at the trailer and look back at that car and jump it. And I ain't talking about jumping the corner of it, like over the fender. I'm talking about jumping across the hood from one wheel to the other. And when she did, I can still remember and see it right now, but I still remember seeing the roof below her feet. She was athletic. Anyway, we finally got her, in the trailer. Got her moved, and, several months later, it was time for her to calve again. So I'm usually the one that goes up and checks on the cows, and when we got cows getting ready to drop, calves getting ready to drop, I'd go 2 or 3 times a day to make sure, we didn't have to go pull a calf. Well, I get up there one Sunday morning and I know she's close and I know it's about time anytime. Um, I get there one Sunday morning to check on them, and I see her out there across the pasture, and I go walking toward her, and when I get a little closer I can tell she's dropped some weight, so I know she's calved. So I look around her and I don't see a calf. Folks, I talk to cows. Talk dogs too, but I talk to cows. And I asked Alice, I said, Alice, where is your baby? And she looked at me and she looked out across the pasture. And I said, Alice, where is your baby? And she looked down across the pasture again. Then she started walking. Well, the way the pasture was set up is up here, it's kind of started out on a hill, and there's a pond up on the hill, and the pond runoff, it kind of goes down into a bottom, and the pond runoff went down through there, and it cut over the years, cut a ditch through the pasture. Not a ditch like that, that comes back out. A ditch like this that has a bottom and a straight up side. And there's a bunch of trees and brush growing up all around that ditch, all the way down. So we walk up to the ditch, and Alice looks toward the ditch, and I said, Alice, is your baby in there? And she looks at the ditch and she looks at me. And I walk over there and I look down in the ditch and I see Alice's baby down there, and he looks up at me. Well, I got a couple of choices here. I had a cell phone, but I could go try to call help. I could go try to get some help, to leave the pasture and come back. Or I could just get down in there and get him. Well, it's going to take me about an hour at least. It probably took me at least an hour to get somebody to help me and then get back. So I make the decision that I'm going to get this calf out of that ditch. Right there by myself. I ain't for 55 pounds, so I mean, it ain't no big deal. The big deal is the 1,200 pound cow. So I look at the situation, and if I get down in the ditch, I'm probably going to hurt the calf. I'm probably going to hurt him trying to get down in there, sliding down in there and slipping around. But if I lay on the ground and just reach down there and grab him and pull him up, then I can pull him out, probably get him out easier without hurting him, without having him squalling. So this is what I decided to do. I'm going to lay down on the ground in front of a 1,200 pound cow who can and will stomp me if she wants to, and grab her calf, who was hours old, and pull him out the ditch. I was young. Yeah, we've all done it. Anyway, so I lay down on the ground. When I lay down on the ground, I turn around and I look back at Alice to see what she's doing, and she's looking at me. And she walks up, and she gets her front hooves right up in my armpit. And she lowers her head down right over mine. Now, folks, I don't know if y'all have ever had a 1,200-pound cow stand over you before and feel them breathing on your neck. But if you haven't, don't try this at home. If you have, then you know what I'm talking about. So I reached down in there and I grabbed the calf and I pulled the calf out. And when I get the calf back up on top of on level ground in the pasture, Alice just kind of bumps me in the back of the head with her nose, which I guess is her way of saying good job. And then she steps back very carefully without hitting me or stomping me. Now, folks, I tell you this story, and that's the end of it. You know, that's the end of it. I jumped up, you know, got a healthy calf, checked him out. He's good. Alice let me check him. You know, he's good. Little bull calf. I never had any problem with Alice after that day. And I want to think, you know, that it's just, you know, maybe she understood. I wasn't there to hurt them. I was there to help them. And after that, we had a little bond, a little trust between us. A little mutual respect. But the importance of that is the rest of the time we had her, I could do anything I needed to do with her by myself without any problem. But nobody else could. The reason I guess that story is on my mind is, you know, just the importance of respect and trust and a little bit of faith in each other. It makes a world of difference in any kind of relationship, be it man and animal or man and man or man and woman. I've always remembered that. But that's my TED talk on things tonight. So hit the subscribe button. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. Update on the puppies. Everybody's great. We're starting to sell puppies now. And we got a lot of things, you know, going on with that. But it's a little wild right this minute because things are really taking off and looking good. So we're going to talk about that later. But anyway, everything's great with the puppies. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram. You'll see pictures of them. Check out the website. We're going to post some new pictures on the website in the next few days. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time on Black Crow Kennel TV. Y'all keep them straight out there.